Gonna call the April 14th, 2009 utilities meeting to order. Councilman Shakes, now would you lead us in your prayer, following the pledge?
Dear Lord, we want to thank you for all the great benefits you've given us here in Ascension Parish. Thank you for all the fine people that live here. We want to welcome all the people that have moved here in the last few years. We want to thank all the people that work for the parish. I want to ask that you allow us to make good decisions to further the interests of the people of this parish, and that you especially allow everyone a safe trip home. We ask all this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for
all. All members are present. Councilman Benny Johnson, Councilman Kent Shakespeare, Councilman Dennis Collins, Councilman Dempsey Lambert. Anybody wishing to speak on anything that's on the agenda, please sign up with the secretary. Okay, agenda item number 4. Consideration of utility district on the East Bank. Mr. Cedric Grant.
Councilman, could I ask, we need to add an item to the agenda. This is the consideration of special election in road lighting district number 4. I need a resolution and unanimous vote in order to add it to the agenda.
Yes, could I put an old and new business? Be okay with you?
Wherever, as long as we get it on.
Okay, we're gonna put it in new business.
Chairman, you need to have a roll call vote. It's got to be unanimously voted
Yes.
upon.
Second.
Motion by Benny Johnson, second by Councilman Cullen. Roll call.
Councilman Johnson?
Yes.
Councilman Check?
Yes.
Councilman Cullen?
Yes.
Councilman Lambert?
Yes.
And Councilman.
Yes. We're gonna put that under new business. Mr. Grant,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Councilman, we've, at your request, been giving a lot of consideration to the prospect of being able to create a utility district, a consolidated utility district on the east bank of Ascension Parish in order to facilitate the, and make more efficient our water, sewer, gas, and electric service. We have put together a preliminary draft and shared it with the district attorney because there were some issues outstanding of other districts that previously existed. And basically, he has suggested that we abolish those districts as a part of this new consolidation and look at their indebtedness, if there is any, included in the powers and duties of this new district. Therefore, I am not prepared to give you a draft ordinance yet because I want to address that with bond counsel and see what those obligations are and take that into account in this ordinance. But what the ordinance will deal with is basically trying to create a consolidated utility district that will manage water, sewer, gas, and electricity on the East Bank and the unincorporated parts of Ascension Parish. It would be governed by the governing authority, and the governing authority would appoint a 5-member advisory board of citizen members to assist in advising on that. But the governing authority would serve as the authority for the board. It would have the power to levy fees and charges for these services. It would and collect them and establish a method of collection. It would have the ability to bond and create debt for those obligations, and it would have the ability to also have enough to sufficient charges to cover its cost, which I think is fairly significant, in that we would be able to have rate structure sufficient to cover our own operations plus the capital operations that would be necessary to construct and maintain the facilities that would be a part of this, such as the sewer treatment facility that we're working on right now and the potential of adding water or gas service or electric service in going forward. So it's a pretty broad-based legislation. It comes directly from state statute in relation to what the authorities that this district would be allowed to do. As I said, my unreadiness at this point is that I would like to look at the past districts. Then there seem to be some water districts hanging out there, sewer districts and the like. And if there's any outstanding debt or any outstanding obligations that this district would then be assuming, I want to bring to you what that obligation would be and how we would propose to handle those obligations.
I think Water District number 2 has some debt. They did some line connections and run some new lines, so I think they have some debt out there. What happens to areas like River Ridge, River Crossing, and Pelican Point that's in that water district that has water provided to them by Ascension Water?
At this point, since that's subject to franchise, we could, as a part of this discussion, leave it that way or have it assumed. Those are the kind of issues that I think we need to address in this committee and decide what's the strategy. I mean, the interesting part about the Ascension Water franchise is that it's not exclusive. And so it offers an opportunity for us to decide that this is a better way or to work with them and, and the like. I think the biggest thing that you just recently dealt with is we don't have a method of collection for any of this right now. And what this would propose is at least give us the mechanism to begin a collection system for whatever we would do for these charges. And that's what's most interesting to me is that we need to begin to look at not only what people are going to pay, but how and what's the most efficient way for them to make their payment and it go directly into this service. So,
anything else for Mr. Grant?
well, my suggestion would be that I would bring back to you at the next committee a draft ordinance that would have all of the obligations.
Yes, sir. Would you make sure this stays on the agenda, please, Ms. Christie? Any comment, Councilman Johnson, Councilman Chick?
Yes. Cedric, we can just stop by and meet with you and
Absolutely.
For suggestions, get some feedback or anything like that.
Please, I
your
encourage
ideas.
you, and as I get information, I'll pass along so we can
Okay.
have, you can be well informed by the time we
And
get
this
back.
would be the mechanism where we would begin the sewer from the stimulus
Yes, sir.
plan and okay.
That's my suggestion.
That would be fine.
Councilman Lambert?
Thank you.
One other thing, Mr. Grant. There was some talk a while back about Ascension and Livingston drilling a well, an Ascension Livingston line. Would you look into that to see if we could find any monies to do that, or whether anything is out there?
I certainly will.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments, concerns? Moving right along. Community Water Enrichment Fund Resolution, Ms. Martha Collins.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the council. This actually was brought to the full council by you, Chairman Thompson, and because of the timeliness of applying for the grant. So this is just a general information to let the Utilities Committee, because this is where we'd have come first, but unfortunately we could not be here and make our time out. This is a grant that is similar to the LAGAP grant. It's awarded out of the governor's office through the Office of Community Development. And this is a new program that was enacted in the 2008 legislature for enrichment and the water quality of water services to help municipalities and parishes with some of the growth areas or to enhance their existing water services. And we chose the ACUD water tower because of the fact that we already are utilizing the EPA STAG grant and the shortfall of possibly some of the funds that we could actually merge together to make this project a little bit larger and help in that area. So administration said that this was where we would like to go, and we did fill it out. It's going to enhance what we already are working on, and it will be a good partnership. So
What's the amount?
actually, the amount of the grant is up to $100,000. It's similar to the same area. It's broken down by cities, towns, and parishes, and the population is what dictates that. So we're allowed to apply up to $100,000. The actual cost, I believe, of the tower is approximately $900,000. So we're hoping that we'll be able to, unless there's, the threshold is $145,000 per parish, depending on what municipalities are that actually apply for the grant. And if they don't, then we are pretty well able to see that we'll probably get the whole $100,000. If every municipality participates plus the parish, then they'll take a percentage and give each area some funds to do their projects.
Any, Councilman Johnson?
Ms. Martha, is this something we're gonna start applying for every year? Is this a new?
This is the first time that this has come up, and if the funds are utilized correctly, and we still have funds for next year through the legislature appropriations for this, I would see that this will fall in the same line as the LAGAP. We've applied 3 times for that program, and it looks like it is going to be funded depending if the money's there. And then this will be the first year, so I think they're looking to try and help our municipalities and the parishes with some of the debt that we are incurring through our infrastructure.
Councilman Shakespeare, comment, concerns? Councilman Cullen? Councilman Lambert?
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms.
Okay, we'll
Collins,
come back as soon
appreciate
as we
the
know
work.
the award, and that should come out maybe in August. So we'll look to come back to inform you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Agenda item number 6 is, we're gonna start with the new business, Lighting District 4. We have one speaker. We'll let the speaker go first, if you don't mind.
Just hang.
You can pass it out.
Oh,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Councilman Oliver Joseph speaking on behalf of Lighting District Number 4, the district that I represent. Currently, this resolution here to go for a fee, for election to go to a fee per property owner and business. Currently, this lighting district is averaging with the tax, the 5 mil tax is $13,000 a year, but the average lighting bill cost for the year is like $23,000. So there's a shortfall in it, and every year it's been going up. And so last year, the city of Downsonville supplemented that bill about $8,000. This year, we're hoping they supplement it again until this resolution passed by the voters. And basically, what this going to do is cost every property owner $25 per property, and every commercial $100. This will raise approximately about $20,000 for 10 years, and we're looking at in the 10-year frame that it would balance out. But we will have a little surplus for any additional light that will cost us to put on. But right now, this district needs some other revenues for lighting district. And if basically this does not pass, lighting district, the community over there won't have any lights after July of each year right now with $13,000. So I'm asking the board to favor this resolution to move forward so we can put this on the ballot, October ballot.
Councilman Shakespeare?
My only question, Councilman Jones, why are we doing for 10 years instead of mirroring when the lighting,
Well,
what is your thoughts?
Well, 10 years is a number that we're looking at and hoping that the community change and the tax base change. If the tax base change and their revenues come in, then they won't have to renew this bill. Because the way the lighting district is from the Bayou Lafourche all the way to McCall. So we do have some growth in that area, and we're hoping that the structure of homes and tax base change in the near future. And so we're looking at a 10-year number base. That's what we looked at, the 10-year figure on that.
So you don't think that they would break even on the regular collections less than 10 years?
They have been in the red for the last, this is going to be their third year in the red.
Okay. I mean,
And it's going down. I mean, 3 years ago, it was about $15,000. Last year, it was about 14, and this year it's 13.
Councilman Johnson?
That's the 13,000 you just mentioned, that's revenue that's coming in off the,
That's coming in off a 5 mil property lighting district tax. And that's based on your property value. And the property value in that area is right now is on the downslope.
and you said that the annual bill on this is about 20,000?
About $22,000 to $23,000.
From what I'm reading right here, an estimated 17,250 is expected to be collected, and you said 20, so I mean, that's still short. So,
No, but you got to add the 13 too.
yeah, it's 13.
so this is going to an additional,
Right.
okay, all right, I understand now, all right.
And based on the lighting, the energy cost is going up about 3 to 5% annually.
Yeah, I was thinking this was basically going to take place of the existing
No, it's
ordinance, and
additional.
we're still not collecting enough to pay. So this is an addition. Okay,
Yes.
that's fine. I want to make sure we were covering what we were spending, so I'm okay with that.
Mr. Chairman?
Councilman Lambert?
Yeah, I would offer that motion that we go ahead and let them put this on the October ballot to see what they,
Thank you, Mr.
how they pass.
Sir.
Ms. Lindsay, we don't need to read this resolution. We just got to read it to full
Just going to
council.
move it to
Yeah,
the
just
council.
move it to the full
Okay.
council.
Motion by Councilman Lambert, second by Councilman Johnson to move it to the full council. Any objection to the motion? No objection, motion passes. Any old business?
Council, just let me give you a quick update on a couple of things that have been going on, and it's going to be about a 30-second update. Okay.
Well, could I ask you a question before
Sure.
you start your update?
Yes, sir.
Where we at on having planning and zoning to set the ordinance to any new subdivision or anything, subdivision coming to the parish, that the sewer system is donated to the parish and not to an individual?
We are working on that as we speak. I'm having a meeting with my staff in about 2 weeks where they'll bring me a draft of that. What I want to update you on is two things that related to the jail project. That currently we are operating the temporary sewer plant at the jail, and that's working very well. We haven't had any issues there. But I did want to indicate to you that we will be bringing to the Utilities Committee probably at its next meeting, but I have transmitted to the city of Donaldsonville our proposal to tie into the sewer treatment plant there. What I have submitted is the result of conversations with the administration in Donaldsonville, and we're in mutual agreement, so I don't expect to have any big rock issues coming forward. So I think at the next meeting I can bring to you a successfully negotiated agreement to make that connection.
Okay. Any other old business?
One thing, Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Lambert.
Mr. Grant, we just announced, hurricane season. We look like 12 named storms that look like they might come in. Where are we at on these backup generators for these sewer plants for these subdivisions? Or
Well,
at
part
least,
of our, what we're trying to do is acquire some that will basically cover the 4 that we manage. But my concern is that I haven't heard anything from the private operator that they're any closer to trying to operate theirs. What I hope to do is, I've had some pretty successful conversations with DNR, at which time, if you recall, during the storm, they had created a huge generator program, and they pushed a lot of generators to the parishes, okay? They've now stockpiled those generators, and have offered them to the parishes for basically their hazardous mitigation funds that they would be authorized. So I'm trying to acquire at cost or less some of those as kind of a backup stockpile. And what I would be willing to do is put some strategically at the East Bank or West Bank on mobile trailers that we might be able to do some of that. But I think we will probably cover our own, the 4 or 5 plants that we operate. But I am concerned about the private operator being prepared to
if
do.
you would need some type of resolution or something, we need to, at least extend out, try to get them in, and let's get them all on board with us,
Yes, sir.
and just be prepared just to see what we could do.
Yeah.
Any other comment, Councilman Shakespeare?
Yes, I'd also like to see that, that they would be ready for generators, where they have the proper hookups, where all you'd have to do is drive
Right.
up, and that they would also, if we need to do a resolution, that they would have to submit to the parish as part of their permitting or whatever, how big a generator it would need, so that we would have that in a database, and we could send the necessary generators, and they'd already have hookups. And I think that's something that needs to be done, so.
Okay.
So we don't, those were the issues that end up happening. You send a generator, and then everybody looking for an electrician and so on. So I think if we do all that in advance, it would be, that's something that the owner should take care of.
Right. Well, we will make that as a priority and be prepared to report back to you on how we can achieve that.
Councilman Johnson and Councilman Shakespeare? Councilman Cullen? Councilman Lambert?
No, thank you.
Wait, one other thing. Mr. Grant, would you check with Mr. Lure and find out whether he's still interested in creating that lighting district in his district?
I will.
If we're gonna put something like that on the agenda, maybe we may try to look at other areas, people that are interested in creating that lighting district.
Sure.
Man, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Cullen, second by Councilman Shake Snyder. No opposition to the motion, we adjourn.